I am in an absolutely unique city, often called the Berlin of the East. Can you guess which one it is? Here are a few hints. It's a city that owes its industrial splendor and factory-like architecture to the contributions for four nations: Poles, Jews, Germans, and Russians. It's also a city where modern art holds a special place. A home to, among other things, world's second museum of contemporary arts after New York's MoMA, as well as world's best film schools, cradle of some of Poland's most distinguished actors and directors, including Andrzej Wajda and Roman Polański. By now you probably know where I am. Yes, in Łódź, and I'm going to take you to the Łódź of Many Cultures Festival, once known as Łódź of Four Cultures Festival. As you will see, it's not only the festival of many cultures, but also the most interdisciplinary event in Poland. First, I will talk with Joanna Podolska, director of the Marek Edelman Dialogue Center, the main organizer of the Festival of Many Cultures. The center is focused on promoting dialogue, tolerance, and understanding, driven by conviction to uphold human rights and dignity above all. The Dialogue Center is the main organizer to the Łódź of Many Cultures Festival. I would like to ask about Łódź. I know that this is a complex question, but please, what has been the history of Łódź?
Łódź is a not so old city. We tell that it's 600 years because in 1423 it was the city rights, but it is the city which was developed since beginning of 19th century, so we are more or less to 200 years. It is industrial city, or it used to be industrial city, mostly textile city, very important in this part of Europe. And the main market, and actually most of time before the independence time, it was connected to Russia. All materials, textiles was sent to Russia. After the First World War, the situation was completely changed. We became the independent country, but the textile was still here present till last decades. Probably since the beginning of 90s we started to try to find the new identity. And multicultural identity is very, very important for when we think about Łódź.
The Marek Edelman Dialogue Center, yes, it's a really special and unique place. Could you tell us more about that place?
Marek Edelman Dialogue Center was created by City of Łódź in 2011, but we are in this place, in Park of Survivors, since 2014. And we are quite young institution, and we are mostly deep interested in multicultural past of the city and Poland, and we teach about it. It's an educational institution, so we have a lot of groups of students at different levels. But of course, culture is for us is language to communicate. So we do many events all the year around, and each year in autumn time, since this year in October, we organize Festival of Many Cultures. Before it was a Festival of Four Cultures.
Yes. The place, it's unusual too.
This park was created in 2004 by the city. It's a park for survivors. And first time in 2004, more than 380 survivors who came to Łódź for commemoration of the liquidation of the Łódź ghetto, they came and planted trees. And since that, till today, we have more than 650 trees. And each tree means the story of one or few families. So actually the people who planted trees are living today around the world. When we have this ceremony of planting trees, we have here guests, mostly second and third generation, so mostly people who are not born here, but they have connection to Łódź. So this park is amazing, and
yes,
we are the center. We are in touch with these families. The background of this institution is to remember past, to remember what are roots of the city, so remember co-creators of the city, remember what happened here, remember events. So we are teaching about it. We try to find different topics, different languages to speak about what happened, and also to to think about which direction we should go, but also to understand. Maybe I should use it to understand what happened before and today, to create and to build the new future.
Okay, so thank you for all this information. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kamila Majchrzycka-Szymańska is with us. Kamila is main coordinator of the Festival of Many Cultures in Łódź and also co-author, yes, of the exhibition Elementary Empathy.
Hello.
So nice to meet you, really. So the Łódź of Four Cultures Festival is changing to the Łódź of Many Cultures Festival. Why?
This is the 23rd edition of the festival. The festival was established in 2002. 22 years later, the world has changed significantly. And the multiculturalism that was once the foundation of the festival's origin myth is now unfolding before our eyes. This multiculturalism is linked to Ukrainian and Belarusian cultures, as well as Vietnamese and Indian cultures, among others. We also recognize that the cultural landscape of our world is shifting dramatically. It is no longer just national cultures that shape the city's identity, but also others, such as feminist culture, children's and youth culture, ecological culture, queer culture, and rural culture. Many different threads come together to shape who we are, both as residents of Łódź and as people in general.
Could you tell us about this packed program this year's festival?
Of course, with great pleasure, as we are currently experiencing everything that we have been planning for the past year, as we considered how to begin a new chapter in the history of the festival and Łódź's cultural scene. A key theme this year in terms of national cultures is Roma culture. As the Roma people have lived here in Łódź since the city's very beginnings, we want to explore their culture in a broad context. But an important highlight is the Celia Stojka's exhibition. She was the first artist to raise awareness about the Roma genocide, bringing this topic into the collective memory, not only for the Roma community, but for the world at large. This art has been widely recognized by critics and curators, making it an important event in the art world itself. We also have many anti-discrimination events and youth workshops centered around this theme. Additionally, the program features a Ukrainian artist presenting the play clinic for the salvation of broken heart at Collegium Anatomicum, a venue usually closed to the public in Łódź. Our festival prides itself for extending into the city itself.
We welcome the main protagonists of today's event, Daniel Rycharski, the author of this work, and Tomasz Terlikowski, a Catholic writer and publicist who will be performing today.
Our program extends beyond cultural institutions and non-profit organizations. It also takes place in urban spaces and unexpected locations. We've already hosted a concert at the Fabriksna railway station, and now this theatre play by the Ukrainian director at Collegium Anatomicum offers Łódź's residents another opportunity to engage with an unusual setting.
So the place where we are sitting now, it's really colorful and beautiful place, especially for children. And I know that you have many attractions in this year, yes, for children especially.
We are currently at the Center for Dialogue at the Empathy Primer exhibition. This place is dedicated to Alina Margolis Edelman, who was the wife of Marek Edelman, but more importantly, an incredible figure in her own right. She was a pediatrician who traveled the world treating children and assisting in peace missions. This space, the Center for Dialogue, operates year-round as an educational space, fostering relationships between adults and children through engagement with art and culture. The same approach is reflected in the Łódź of Many Cultures Festival, specifically in the Little Festival of Many Cultures, an artistic program for children and youth, which explores the same themes and pressing issues that shape our contemporary world. This initiative is particularly important because when we think about the festival, we consider not only the city's history and present, but also the future that lies ahead. It is the younger generation that will shape that future, and we truly want to understand how they perceive the world.
I wiatr w ciszy przystaje i słucha uważnie, bo odbywa się wielkie powitanie. Śpiewają wszystkie naraz przez niezbyt długą chwilę. Wielki ptasi chór, sąsiedzkie świergokwile.
Odkryliśmy grając,
While playing, we discovered how important the mission of music education is and how much of an impact it can have. Looking at our own experiences of what kind of music we were exposed to as small children and how it influenced us, we realized that we have, in a way, been shaped by the music our parents played to us. That very music is now what inspires us creatively.
Our music draws heavily from the sounds of the 90s, especially synthesizer music from that era. That was the time of our childhood, so for us, it's a wonderful journey back in time. We take inspiration from various genres and styles, and in a way, it's also a little nod to parents. We want our music to be enjoyable for both children and adults, so the parents don't have to suffer through listening to kids' music. Children's music doesn't have to be overly simplistic or infantile. Kids are incredibly smart and understand a lot.
Korzenie ich mocno wrastały w niepewny piasek i glinę. Gdy burzowe deszcze je opłukiwały, drzewa się mocniej chwiały.
Our lyrics are designed to educate and entertain, so our music is educational at its core. It's very important to us to weave different themes and knowledge into our songs, including topics related to nature, ecology, and the elements, so that we can bring young listeners closer to nature. Nature itself is our greatest inspiration. Its sounds, its cycles, its seasonality.
To ona jest naszą główną inspiracją, jej dźwięki, jej cykl przyrody.
Świergot, 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 świr, 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 turli, luli, kwil, kwil, kwil. Świergot, 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 świr, 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 turli, luli, kwil, kwil, kwil.
Na koncerty
At our concerts, of course, we have both children and adults, naturally, but we also see a wide range of ages. Sometimes grandparents come to our shows as well, and they have just as much fun.
Świetnie się bawią.
No, bardzo nas to cieszy, że...
It makes us so happy that our music can sneak into people's hearts.
Oj ty rzeko, oj ty sina, lody w tobie nie nowina.
This year's edition of the festival focuses on Roma culture. Among the invited Roma artists is a multidisciplinary artist, Michaela Dragan. She founded Juwelipian Theatre Company together with other Roma actresses, for which she is an actress, director and playwright. What does it mean, Juwelipian in Romani?
Juwelipian is a word that me and my colleagues we try to invent in Romani language, and it means feminism in Romani language because Juvli means women. And we founded a group 10 years ago in Romania. It's a Roma feminist theater group. Since then we've been producing a lot of theater plays, but also music projects or video art projects.
Do Roma feminists differ than other countries? What do you think?
I think Roma feminism is different in the way that it's an intersectional feminism, that we are women, but we are also racialized because of our ethnicity. So we can't talk about feminism without speaking race. it's coming together. So the feminism that we practice is an anti-racist feminism, intersectional feminism.
Okay, so, and you are here with spells for feminist future.
I will read a Roma Futurism Manifesto, so everyone will know what does it mean this. It's an art aesthetics that I developed years ago in Hong Kong during a residency, and I define it as the intersection of Roma culture and history with technology and witchcraft. And I will be performing feminist spells because identifying with the figure of the witch, I think, is a political feminist act by itself. And I think we live in very terrifying times, and we have to control our destinies. When we don't have weapons, then we appeal to supernatural forces. This is how marginalized people of color is always done.
Do you have some envision about the future?
Yes.
Yes, so tell me.
Yes, Roma Futurism always envisions an utopian future where we can finally live free, where where we live in an egalitarian, democratic world, in societies where we are freed of patriarchy and racism.
I also hope that the world will one day be free from patriarchy and racism. But today, let's focus on Łódź. I asked the people of Łódź if their city, like the festival, is actually multicultural.
The fact that Łódź was founded by four cultures means it's really enriched in them. This is something that makes Łódź special, I would say.
Łódź is multicultural primarily because of its history and the fact that even today, people from all over the world come here to discover that history and to visit places where people of different nationalities once lived.
We're trying to express it that there are many other cultures that are starting like now or more modern. And they also build the new community in Łódź. Like the LGBTQ community starts also showing more, but others too.
You can really see that Łódź is also a city of art, street art, youth culture, queer culture, and feminist culture. Women are a strong force in Łódź. There's a reason people say that Łódź is a woman. I think highlighting these various aspects, which are not solely defined by nationality, is very relevant, and I hope this continues.
Jest bardzo trafne i mam nadzieję, że będzie to dalej właśnie tak funkcjonowało.
I think that change from the folk cultures into multicultural stuff means it's just more enriched and even wider in the meaning, so it's good.
The evening is approaching and the meeting with Krzysztof Wodniczko is ending. He is a Polish-American artist, a world-renowned artist, known for his large-scale slides and video projections on architectural facades and monuments. He has released more than 80 such public projections in Australia, Europe, Canada, Israel, Japan, Mexico, and the United States. During Festival of Many Culture, he will show a projection on the monument to Tadeusz Kościuszko at Freedom Square called Emancipation.
In a moment, the Kościuszko monument will speak to us. It will speak with the voice and words of the residents of Łódź. Kościuszko has stood here for a long time, observing and monitoring the process of emancipation. The word itself originates from Roman law, which granted a son freedom from his father's authority. But emancipation is also about our personal experiences, our hope, and opportunities in personal life. Even though I cannot see, believe me, I see all of you. I see Freedom Square, I see the library, I see Black World, I see all the places that surround us. Maybe in a different way, but perhaps even more clearly.
The most important moment for me was when I arrived to United States and seeing 100,000 homeless people and trying to answer myself a question, how can an artist contribute to at least a change of perception and thinking about the situation that contributed to the misery of existence of those people. That, of course, I did think about this before, but that was a wake-up call. And from then on, I started to work with people who are living in unlivable and unspeakable conditions in cities all over the world, trying to create some aesthetic project through which they could communicate with those whose situation is better. Now with time, I also learn how to make sense and make use of facades and monuments and statues as a vehicle, as a kind of communicative mask through which those people could speak and share their experience with others. So the project here in Łódź on Freedom Plaza, Plac Wolności, is employing the statue of Tadeusz Kościuszko, the Polish-American hero of emancipation and liberation of people from oppression, both sides of Atlantic. By the way, that those who really feel or experience some form of oppression and unfreedom, and also manage to make a step towards freedom, that they will be able to speak of their experience through the lips, the mouth, and gestures of animated statue of Tadeusz Kościuszko.
The first time I told my mother that I was a man, we were sitting together in a cafe. It was during my final year of high school. She reacted very angrily, almost aggressively, saying that she would not allow such nonsense on my part.
So there will be 10 people, citizens of Łódź, people free to speak in public space as all citizens, no matter how difficult things those people will share with us. They should be congratulated that they've done so well, and they actually definitely deserve to be on a pedestal.
It is difficult to say a full story of such a splendid city as Łódź in such a short time. Let me just say that it's only 1.5 hours from Warsaw. If you are interested in industry, architecture, film, music, or European multicultural heritage, definitely have to visit. And as you can see behind me, Łódź has a vibrant nightlife, which I am about to explore.